who would you choose to become if you didn't hold yourself back at all and you just allowed yourself to unfold into your highest expression? Like, who would you be if nobody told you you couldn't, so you just did the thing and you let yourself become that? I asked myself the same kinds of questions 4 years ago. At the time, I was living in Anchorage, Alaska, and I ran a private practice as a clinical psychologist and saw clients for therapy. And something happened in January of 2016 that rocked my world. My only brother, Brent, died very suddenly, very unexpectedly. I never saw it coming, and my life was forever changed. And after that, I really began undergoing a grief journey that was deeply intense and deeply personal. And I had a background as a trauma therapist and quite a bit of experience already with loss, but nothing like that where somebody that I would describe as part of like my core nucleus was just gone. And I walked around for a long time after feeling like I'd lost half my lungs and the ability to breathe in fully. But as I allowed myself to undergo this grief journey, I really began to understand that I wasn't going to bounce back to the BethAnne that I was before, but that I needed to move forwards and I needed to allow grief to lead me through whatever it had to say to me and teach me whatever wisdom that it had to teach me. And as I was going on my grief journey, I also began to have a profound spiritual presence of my brother. My intuitive gifts began to open wide up. It's almost like when he left me, he says, "This is going to be hard for you. Here's some gifts." They're going to help make the journey a little bit easier. And the more that I moved through my grief, the more I realized that my life wasn't in alignment with who I felt I truly was, that I was ready to do something else than just full-time therapy. I had creative gifts and artistic gifts and intuitive gifts without a space to express them fully. And what came through that time was the decision to move to Kauai in 2017 and I set a goal and I said, I'm going to live more intuitively, creatively, and spiritually over here and allow myself to really become whoever this new BethAnne wanted to be, allow myself to go through a process of reinvention. And that's really why I'm here today making this video. And if you're not familiar with my work, my name is Dr. BethAnne KW, and just welcome. It's nice to meet you, even if it's just over the screen. But this is really why I'm here today doing this work, because I allowed myself to go through this profound transformation and keep following my own intuitive flows, my own flows of soul that said, there's more for you here, there's more for you here, and it's gonna be scary, and it's gonna be hard, and it's gonna be a huge leap of faith, bigger than what you've ever done before, and you're going to be asked to wander into the unknown and trust the unknown and trust that you will be supported and guided through. And I just kept saying yes to that, no matter how hard it got. And where that's presently led me to is I have a free offering called Akashic Magic. This is a free offering to the community where once a month I open the Akashic records and get the energies for the month ahead and share it with a free e-letter for what's coming up. I am a spiritual teacher and I do online workshops and classes that meet live and in person. And I love creating containers and safe spaces for those of us who are wanting the self-development and wanting the growth and who are curious about spirituality. I love creating spaces to come together and explore interesting ideas and topics and talk about things like being an empath in this difficult world, or opening to our intuition and our spiritual connection, or balancing the tension between being human and feeling things like grief and fear and trauma and healing through those things, and at the same time finding ways to keep our hearts open in this world. And last, I also offer individual sessions. I do Akashic readings where I will open your Akashic records individually and look at what your records have to say about you, and you can ask all sorts of questions. And I also do something called creative soul sessions for those who are looking for a little bit more fluidity in their work and they're looking to do some healing soulful work, and they don't want the structure. And that's more about collaboration and consultation and going back and forth and finding what tools you need to grow on your healing journey so that you can continue to become your brightest expression of self. So that is a really quick snapshot of who I am and what I do. You can find out more at drbethanne.com, and I welcome you into the community, and I'd love to have you either leave a comment when you see this. Feel free to reach out to me via the website. I love connecting with people. So wishing everybody much aloha and light.